A very good afternoon to you all from a sunny but cool Tokyo. On behalf of the Australian Embassy, I'd like to firstly offer my congratulations to the Australia-Japan Foundation, the University of South Australia and Waseda University on the hosting of the Innovation Hub Ecosystem Forum. I would also like to welcome all the participants from Australia and Japan. And reflecting the very wide scope of interest in this topic, we are also blessed with participants from the United States, Thailand, Hong Kong, Canada, Uganda, Jamaica, Pakistan, Singapore, the UK, Colombia, Hungary, India, and Germany. I'm sure you'll all agree with me when I say, wow, what a shocker the past 18 months has been. And just when we think we might get some respite, along comes Omicron and all the unwelcome uncertainties that it brings. COVID, of course, has made international engagement much more difficult. Without being able to visit each other's countries, it is hard to build on the people-to-people links that form the lifeblood of our bilateral relationship. Despite this, the past 18 months has seen a massive upswing in the breadth and depth of bilateral relations between our two countries, which I now see at its highest point ever. Australia and Japan have long enjoyed decades of friendship underpinned by shared values, commercial connectivity, and our energy supply chains. But we now are seeing a mass expansion of our strategic partnership into new and evolving areas. Our two Prime Ministers have already met, and we hope to host Prime Minister Kishida in Australia next year. We're also seeing shared cooperation in international fora, including most recently at the G7, the G20, and at COP26. Defence cooperation has also reached a new stage as well. We've also seen the recent creation of the Quad. Here, Japan and Australia, along with the US and India, agreed to support principles such as the rule of law, freedom of navigation and overflight, peaceful settlement of disputes, democratic values, and territorial integrity. As a major producer and consumer of fossil fuels, we are also natural partners in the increasing global call for real action on carbon emissions. We're now taking action on this through the Japan-Australia Partnership on Low Emissions Technology, which was announced by our two Prime Ministers in June. The shift to lower emissions will not be easy for either of our countries, and I can see much of the heavy lifting to achieve our net zero targets falling squarely on the shoulders of our innovators, particularly as almost none of the required technology we need is currently available, or if it is available, that is not currently commercially viable. This is why today's forum and its focus on innovation ecosystems is important to bring together the experiences of both our countries in this field. The board of the Australia-Japan Foundation recognises the centrality of innovation in the bilateral relationship and as a result has made scientific innovation a key priority area for the Foundation's grants round. Australia has long valued the role that science and research plays in human progress, offering solutions to our great challenges and opportunities to grow and advance. Innovation is a key factor in the success of our greatest scientific achievements and institutions. There have been many successful projects in this field which have succeeded in bringing together Japanese and Australians to tackle challenges and to take advantage of opportunities. Of course, a successful project in scientific innovation requires close cooperation between industry, universities, the private sector and government. One of Australia's most important collaborators in science and technology is Japan. Japan is a long-standing and valued partner, and in 2020, we celebrated our 40th year of bilateral cooperation under the Science and Technology Treaty. Since the treaty was signed, the bilateral science and technology relationship has gone from strength to strength. Highlights include Japan's support for the construction of Questacon, the rich and collaborative relationship between ANSTO and their Japanese counterparts, collaboration in Antarctic and marine science, research in health and medical technologies, the use of Woomera range for the recovery of JAXA's Hayabusa 2 spacecraft, the finalisation of a recent pilot that is helping early to mid-career researchers partner with Japanese companies and researchers to commercialise their success. Australia's CSIRO is also working directly with a range of Japanese institutions to help promote innovative ideas and solutions across a mind-boggling range of sectors. This includes in areas covering hydrogen production, solar cells, blood biomarkers, batteries, and steel production, to name but a few. These high-profile examples are complemented by the increasingly deep connections between our respective research communities. Australia is now Japan's 7th largest partner in STEM co-publications, and we are looking for ways to grow our partnership further. We look forward to hearing today and tomorrow about how these ecosystems can bring out the best of Australian and Japanese know-how. Again, my congratulations to the organisers of this forum, an important and welcome issue for us all. Thank you.
I think you're muted for the main conference room.
Sorry, can you hear us now?
Thank you very much for the invitation to welcome you today. I would like to begin by acknowledging that I speak today from the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and I pay respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. I also acknowledge the ongoing spiritual relationship between the Kaurna and this land. On behalf of the organisers and University of South Australia, I'd also like to express my thanks, as Dr. Tang did, to the Australia-Japan Foundation and the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade for their support for this very important initiative. It is wonderful to see people come along today to participate in this event. It is equally heartening to know that there is an audience across 15 other nations around the globe. As researchers, as academics, as scholars, it's important that we share our knowledge, our insights, and our experience with others. And this is an important forum for doing that. I would therefore, on behalf of all participants, like to express my thanks to the organisers for their efforts today and the weeks leading up to this event. I'd also like to thank the participants on behalf of UniSA for their involvement and commitment today in joining us. One of the things that remains clear is that the world has been through a process of major change, and the world post-COVID will be very different to the world pre-COVID, no matter what we might wish for. Innovation will be at the centrepiece of the post-COVID economy. It's important, therefore, that the sorts of discussions and the sorts of debates that we hear today are actively pursued and promoted. It's important that we look outward and we acknowledge the difficulties of working internationally, but that we work hard to overcome those difficulties. As a business school, UniSA Business takes pride in the fact that we have an international and global outlook. We partner with Japan in many ways, with one example that comes to mind being the Mawson Lakes Fellowship Program, to which Waseda is also a member. So to conclude these opening remarks, thank you for joining us today and congratulations, organisers.
I'm Hitoshi Takehara, Dean of Waseda Business School. As the Dean of WBS, I would like to say a few words to the organizers and participants of the Australia-Japan Forum on the Innovation Hub ecosystem. WBS aims to support those who aspire to a step up in their career and those who plan to start a new career by studying at a business school. Our society today is undergoing rapid change. The world is globalizing, new technologies are appearing successively, and the market is changing. In order to survive in the global competitive environment, management knowledge of global standards is essential. We need to acquire the capacity to solve problems, to identify the essence of the problem, to find a solution to it, and to implement the solution, and develop practical skills to tackle the problem for which our experience so far is not applicable. WBS is the best place to acquire management knowledge, problem-solving capability, the capacity to act, and leadership skills. To leverage our capacity of educating the future business leaders, WBS places great importance on international research collaborations. Therefore, we recognize that this event, the Australia-Japan Forum on the Innovation Hub ecosystem, is a very meaningful and honorable occasion for WBS. We hope that this international conference will be a good opportunity to further deepen our collaboration and exchange of researches with the University of South Australia. We look forward for expanding this relationship. Thank you.